Why do businesses fail? Well, whatever the reason, it normally comes down to a lack of cash. Employees don't get paid for the work they do, suppliers don't get paid, and ultimately, the business fails. And in this video, we're going to look at why cash is so important. The first reason cash is important is because it allows you to pay suppliers, overheads, and your employees. If you don't have cash in a business, you haven't got it available to pay those key stakeholders. Paying suppliers is important because they supply the business with their goods. Without these, the business has nothing to sell. Having a great relationship with suppliers means that you can negotiate credit terms. You pay for the goods they supply you in 30, 60 or 90 days of receiving the goods. This is important for your own cash reserves and cash flow, because if you're receiving the goods and then paying for them in 30, 60 or 90 days, you have time to sell those goods to your customers, generate some cash flow, and then pay your supplier. If you don't pay suppliers on time, this can damage your relationship and basically mean that you don't get favourable credit terms, putting strain on cash in your business. Basically, cash is important to keep the flow of goods from suppliers coming into your business. The second lot of people you need to pay are your employees. Obviously, employees aren't going to work for free, so having enough cash to pay them on time every week or month is massively important to the business and its reputation. If you fail to pay employees, basically they're going to stop working for you, which is going to impact your business, the product you provide, and also the service you're providing. Again, cash is important so you can pay these people on time what they deserve for working in your business. Overheads also need to be paid. These are things such as rent, electricity, and insurance. If cash is not available in your business to pay for these things, then their services will be withdrawn. So your electricity provider will stop providing your premises with electricity. The landlord that owns the property that you're using may evict you. And again, if these things aren't in place, it's going to be very difficult for you to get your product to the end consumer without electricity and all the things in place to help the business run smoothly. We've already touched upon this quite a bit, but the key reason cash is important to a business is that it prevents the business from failing. If you think about it, most businesses that fail don't have enough cash. And there's two key points when cash can be really important to a business's success. That's during startup and during rapid growth. So when a business first starts up, it's got to usually invest a lot of money into premises, equipment, stock, and so on. If the business has not got enough cash to do these things, then it's not really even going to get off the ground. It needs a substantial amount of cash readily available to invest in the business and its startup. You might even need some reserves to pay employees to begin with before your product starts selling and before your customers get used to your business and become loyal to your business. So the startup phase is really where the business has a big risk of failure. The second one is when they're growing rapidly. If the business is growing rapidly and reinvesting into the business, into new products, new designs, more employees, this is a time when the business also risks failure because it's reinvesting all of its cash. And if the business takes a turn or there's not enough cash to keep paying these new employees, then it can become financially unstable and potentially fail. There's a few things you can do to ensure you've got enough cash in your business. So you can negotiate terms like we suggested earlier. So if you've got a 60-day term to pay your suppliers, but you give your customers 30 days, you're getting cash in quicker than you're paying it out, which is good for your cash flow and keeping cash in your business. Another thing you can do is have some money aside just in case things take a turn for the worse and you're struggling for a bit of cash. You could also, instead of having cash to one side, you could have an overdraft arrangement with your bank or building society. So if you do fall below zero, you've got that buffer in terms of an overdraft so you can pay your employees, buy stock, pay your suppliers and so on. So we've talked a lot about cash, but what's the difference between cash and profit? Well, not all cash is profit. Businesses have to pay their costs from the cash that comes in. Think about Tesla. When the car sells and the business receives money from the customer, that money is not all profit. Part of that pays for the materials used on the car, the employees' wages that worked on the car, overheads such as rent, electricity for these big warehouses and manufacturing plants. It's really important to understand that not all cash is profit. The business could have millions or billions coming into the business in cash, but still be making a loss. Once all these costs have been deducted, then what's left is profit. All in all, cash is vital to the survival of a business. Most businesses are operating to make a profit. If a business fails to have enough cash in the business, then ultimately they won't be able to continue operating. If you want to know more about cash flow and cash flow forecasts, then watch this video here. Thanks for watching the video to the end. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel for more weekly business videos.